Sometimes, the moments people discuss most are not dramatic at all. No major announcement, no breaking royal statement, no shocking public moment. Instead, a few appearances, a subtle change, a growing presence, and suddenly, people begin asking questions. Recently, royal watchers have been paying closer attention to Infanta Sofia. Public appearances, her role during ceremonies, the way she is gradually stepping into greater visibility. And one question quietly keeps appearing. Is Infanta Sofia's royal role beginning to change? Because while Princess Leonor continues preparing as Spain's future queen, many people have become increasingly curious about Sofia's own path. What role might she play? How different could her journey look? And why are people suddenly paying more attention? Today, we're exploring why Infanta Sofia's recent royal role has everyone talking. Because sometimes change happens quietly before people fully notice. Let's explore why people are suddenly paying more attention to Sofia. For years, much public attention naturally focused on Princess Leonor. As heir to the throne, her milestones often attracted headlines. Public speeches, military preparation, national ceremonies, constitutional importance. But over time, something interesting happened. People also began noticing Infanta Sofia more closely. Her confidence, public appearances, maturity, the way she carries herself during official events. Perhaps one truth quietly explains this growing attention. Growing up changes public perception. Because maybe one thing feels impossible to ignore. Children people once saw standing quietly beside their parents eventually grow into their own presence. How Sofia's role looks different from Leonor's. Here's something important to understand. Even though the sisters often appear together, their royal futures naturally differ. Princess Leonor prepares for future constitutional responsibility. Infanta Sofia's path may simply look different. Different expectations, different public responsibilities, different opportunities, and because of that, public appearances may sometimes reflect different priorities. But perhaps one thing still matters deeply. Different roles do not necessarily mean lesser importance. Sometimes they simply mean different journeys. Because maybe one truth quietly matters. Every role inside a family can evolve differently. Public appearances people started noticing. Royal watchers often notice patterns. Who participates, who speaks, who appears more frequently, and over time, some people began noticing moments where Infanta Sofia appeared increasingly confident during official occasions. Body language, presence, comfort in formal settings. Perhaps one reason this attracts attention feels simple. People naturally notice growth, especially when someone has grown up publicly. Because maybe one truth feels relatable. Watching someone mature often changes how people see them. The importance of royal preparation. Growing up inside royal life often includes preparation many people rarely see. Public etiquette, official events, representation, understanding ceremony, confidence in public settings. For Infanta Sofia, preparation may naturally involve understanding public life in her own way. Perhaps not identical to Princess Leonor's journey, but still meaningful, because maybe one truth matters. Preparation looks different depending on future responsibilities. Why people find the sisters' dynamic so interesting. There's another reason people remain curious. The bond between Princess Leonor and Infanta Sofia often attracts attention. Shared appearances, supportive moments, family interactions, growing up together publicly. People naturally become curious about how their journeys evolve differently. Because perhaps one truth feels universal. People connect emotionally to sibling stories. Especially when different paths begin to appear. Queen Letizia and King Felipe's role. One thing many observers often notice involves family support. King Felipe and Queen Letizia frequently appear involved in guiding both daughters through public life. Preparation, education, responsibility, support. Perhaps one important goal quietly exists. Helping both daughters grow into adulthood while understanding different futures. Because maybe one truth matters deeply. Guidance often matters most during change. Why royal watchers keep talking. Royal stories often become conversations because small moments create curiosity. A ceremony, a speech, a public appearance, a subtle shift in confidence. Sometimes those moments spark bigger questions about the future. Perhaps that explains why attention surrounding Infanta Sofia continues growing. Because maybe one truth quietly matters. People naturally become curious when someone's role begins evolving. The human side people sometimes forget. Sometimes people focus only on titles. Princess, Infanta, royal duty, tradition, public appearances. But beneath all of that still exists something deeply familiar. A young person growing, learning, building confidence, preparing for adulthood, discovering her own path, and perhaps one truth feels impossible to ignore. Growing up remains deeply human, even inside extraordinary circumstances. So, why has Infanta Sophia's recent royal role captured so much attention? Perhaps because people are noticing change, confidence, growth, greater visibility, and the quiet evolution that happens when someone grows into adulthood. But maybe one hopeful truth matters most. Different journeys can still become meaningful journeys. What do you think? Do you think Infanta Sophia's public role will continue evolving over time? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more royal stories, fascinating discussions, and royal updates.